All right, so today we're going to be doing a deep dive into AI and software development.
That sounds good.
Specifically, you know how these new AI tools were really changing the game?
Yeah.
We're looking at a conversation between this tech YouTuber, Ras Mike, and Greg,
Okay.
who has a podcast about startups.
Interesting.
And get this, they actually build a whole web app live
Wow.
using AI prompts.
Really?
Yeah, so this is pretty mind-blowing.
Oh.
We'll see how this all unfolds.
How excited.
What really stuck out to me was the analogy that Ras Mike uses.
Oh, yeah.
He says, to leverage AI effectively for software development, you need to shift your mindset
Okay.
from engineer to product manager.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, it's not about writing code anymore.
Right.
It's about defining the vision.
Yeah, I like that.
So to illustrate this, Greg actually pulls up this presentation by Josh Ellman,
Okay.
who's like a leading product manager in Silicon Valley,
Yeah.
who's worked with giants like LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook.
I've heard that name.
Yeah, so Ellman emphasizes that the core responsibility of a product manager is first they define the market.
Right. Right.
You know, pinpoint the problem that the product solves and articulates its value proposition.
Yeah, makes sense.
Then they're super meticulous about documenting decisions and taking detailed notes,
Okay.
all while being a champion for the user
Mm-hmm.
and communicating with absolute clarity.
That's huge.
Yeah, and speaking of clear communication,
Okay.
Rose Mike shares this hilarious anecdote
Uh-oh.
about a time he completely misinterpreted a product manager's instructions
Oh, no.
and ended up building the exact opposite of what was intended,
Wow.
which really underscores how crucial it is to be precise when you're working with AI.
I bet.
You know, it's like giving directions.
Yeah.
If you're vague, you'll likely end up lost.
Totally.
And this applies even if you're not building software.
Oh, okay.
Like just generally, the more specific and detailed your instructions to an AI,
Yeah.
the better results you'll get.
For sure.
So now to get everyone on the same page,
Okay.
Ray's Mike breaks down a website or a web app into three main parts:
Okay.
client side,
Okay.
server side, and database.
Gotcha.
So the client side is what you see and interact with.
Okay.
Server side handles all the behind-the-scenes logic,
Yeah.
and the database stores all the information.
Makes sense.
So understanding these parts is crucial when you're working with AI building tools.
Yeah. Why is that?
Well, like let's say you tell an AI to build a landing page.
Okay.
You might end up with a beautiful design,
Right.
but no functionality
Oh,
because you haven't specified the server-side logic or the database structure.
that's a good point.
So this is where things get really interesting.
Okay, I'm listening.
Ray's Mike highlights the rise of these backends as a service companies,
Okay.
like Superbase and Convex.
Heard of those.
So they handle all that complex server-side and database management,
Wow.
which opens up a world of possibilities for building full-fledged applications.
Yeah, that sounds pretty powerful.
It is.
So, like, anyone can just build an app now.
Yeah, it's kind of democratizing development.
That's wild.
And during their conversation, they kind of delve into the strengths of each platform.
Oh, cool.
So Convex is phenomenal for real-time applications,
Okay.
like chat apps or collaborative tools
Yeah.
where instant updates are key.
Gotcha.
And then Superbase shines with its powerful, like, PostgreSQL database
Okay.
and user-friendly approach.
So the choice depends on the type of application you're building.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then comes the moment that had me on the edge of my seat.
All right.
They introduce a brand new AI tool called Lovable.
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 Okay.
And get this, it integrates directly with Superbase,
Wow.
making the building process even smoother.
Wow. So they're like working together.
Yeah, and what's interesting is, they decide to build a note-taking app
Oh, cool.
specifically designed for founders.
So like a niche application.
Yeah, showcasing how AI empowers us to create these neat solutions,
Yeah.
tailored to very specific needs,
Right.
which would have been incredibly time-consuming to do manually.
Totally.
And what impressed me the most was how effortlessly he brought this app to life.
Oh, really?
With just a few clicks and simple prompts,
No way.
he sets up user authentication,
Wow.
creates database tables and security rules,
Okay.
and even deploys the finished app publicly.
That's amazing.
It's incredible to see how Lovable streamlines the entire process.
That's really cool. And there's another layer to this that's worth exploring.
Oh, yeah. What else caught your eye?
Well, think about the implications of Lovable's pre-built integrations,
Okay.
especially for authentication.
Right.
This is huge because it means developers no longer have to wrestle with this complex code
Yeah.
when platforms like Figma or Discord update their APIs.
You're right. That's a massive time saver
Right.
and reduces the chance of errors.
for sure.
It's like having a universal translator for different platforms.
Precisely. And even Russ Mike, who's a seasoned developer, was visibly impressed by Lovable's capabilities.
Yeah.
He even remarked on how rapidly the development landscape is changing.
It really does feel like we're on the cusp of something revolutionary.
It does.
Remember those old sci-fi movies where people would just talk to computers and things would magically happen?
Right.
It feels like we're getting closer to that.
It really does. And Roz Mike's predictions about the future add another layer to this.
Okay.
He believes that with AI handling the heavy lifting of building, design and distribution will become the most important skills.
That's such an interesting point.
Yeah.
It shifts the focus from technical expertise to creativity and strategic thinking.
Right.
It's almost like AI is freeing us up to become like the directors of our own digital creations.
Exactly. It's about understanding user needs,
Right.
crafting a compelling vision, and guiding the AI to build something truly valuable.
This brings us back to that initial idea of becoming a product manager for AI. It's not just about giving instructions.
Right.
It's about leading the charge.
Yeah.
And ensuring the end product aligns with your vision.
It's like having a brilliant but extremely literal-minded assistant.
Okay.
You need to be the one who provides the roadmap and the strategic direction.
And what I find so exciting is that AI is constantly evolving.
Oh, absolutely.
The more we learn and experiment, the more we'll be able to achieve.
Yeah.
The possibilities truly feel endless.
They do. It's like we're just scratching the surface of what's possible.
Right.
As AI tools become more powerful and accessible, we'll see an explosion of innovation and creativity.
I can't wait to see what people come up with.
Me too.
Now, I know we've been talking about Lovable a lot.
Yeah.
But Roz, Mike, and Greg actually demoed a few other AI tools as well.
They did.
One that stood out to me was V0.
Zero.
It's an AI-powered code generation tool
Ooh.
that lets you create web pages with simple prompts.
Really?
And they use a really interesting example to demonstrate V0. They imagine they're creating a landing page for a hypothetical lawn mowing business.
Okay.
It's fascinating to watch how quickly they're able to generate a visually appealing design.
Wow.
With just a few words.
That's pretty amazing.
It's amazing how these tools are making web development so much more accessible.
It really is.
But they also make a really important point about understanding the limitations.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
So V0 primarily focuses on the client side.
Right.
Or the front end of a website.
Right.
So while you can create a stunning design, you still need to consider the back-end functionality.
Right. Like databases and user authentication.
Exactly. It's like building a house.
Okay.
You can have the most beautiful facade, but if the foundation and plumbing aren't there, it's not going to be very functional.
That's a perfect analogy.
And that's where back-end as a service platforms like Superbase and Convex come into play.
Yeah.
They handle all those complex server-side and database aspects,
Right.
freeing you up to focus on the user experience.
So it sounds like you need both.
Yeah, and as we discussed earlier, both Superbase and Convex have their strengths.
Right.
Convex is ideal for real-time applications, while Superbase is known for its robust database and user-friendly interface.
Oh, so many options.
It all comes down to choosing the right tool for the job.
Okay.
But with these platforms, you're essentially getting a pre-built backend,
Right.
which drastically reduces the development time and complexity.
That makes sense.
And then, of course, there's Lovable, the star of the show.
Yeah.
This AI tool seamlessly integrates with Superbase,
Right.
making it incredibly easy to build and deploy full-stack applications.
That's really cool. What impressed me most about Lovable was its ability to handle the intricate aspects of development.
Yeah.
User authentication, database management, security rules.
Right.
It takes care of it all.
It's like having an expert development team at your fingertips,
Wow.
working tirelessly behind the scenes to bring your vision to life.
And that brings us to a crucial point.
What's it?
Even with these powerful tools, we can't forget that AI is not a magic bullet.
That's true. It's easy to get swept up in the excitement and think that AI will solve all our problems.
Right.
But we still need to bring our own vision, creativity, and problem-solving skills to the table.
AI is a partner, not a replacement for human ingenuity.
It's a tool that can amplify our abilities
Exactly.
and help us achieve things we never thought possible.
And the beauty of it is that as AI continues to evolve, we can expect even more powerful and accessible tools to emerge.
It's an exciting time to be alive, especially for those who are passionate about technology
For sure.
and its potential to shape the world.
Absolutely. But let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Okay.
Before we dive into all the possibilities,
Yeah.
let's take a step back and consider the ethical considerations that come with this rapid advancement in AI.
That's a great point. As with any powerful tool, it's crucial that we use it responsibly and thoughtfully.
Couldn't agree more. And one of the biggest concerns is the potential for bias.
That's true.
Yeah.
AI algorithms are trained on these massive data sets.
Yeah.
And if those data sets contain biases, the AI will inherit them.
Exactly. And this can lead to discriminatory outcomes.
Right.
Especially in areas like hiring, lending, and even criminal justice.
So it's crucial that we're aware of these biases.
Definitely.
And take steps to mitigate them.
Absolutely. And it's not just about identifying and removing biases from the data sets.
Right.
We also need to ensure that the AI systems themselves are designed in a way that promotes fairness and equity.
And that requires a multi-pronged approach.
It does.
Involving developers, ethicists, and policymakers.
Yeah, it's a complex issue.
It is.
But it's one that we can't afford to ignore.
And it's not just about bias.
Right.
There are also concerns about job displacement.
Yeah, as AI becomes more sophisticated, it's capable of automating tasks that were previously done by humans.
And this could lead to significant job losses in certain sectors.
It's a valid concern.
It is.
But I think it's important to remember that throughout history, technological advancements have always led to shifts in the job market.
I agree. And while some jobs may be lost, new ones will emerge.
The key is to adapt and embrace these changes.
And to focus on developing skills that are complementary to AI.
Right.
Such as creativity, critical thinking, and emotional intelligence.
Those are skills that AI can't replicate.
Precisely. And by focusing on these areas, we can ensure that humans and AI can work together effectively.
It's not about humans versus AI.
Right.
It's about humans and AI working in tandem to create a better future.
A future where AI augments our abilities.
Yeah.
And helps us solve some of the world's most pressing problems.
That's the vision we should strive for.
And with the right approach, I believe that's a vision we can achieve.
I think so too.
Yeah, it really is a fascinating landscape.
It is.
And I think it highlights how crucial it is to approach AI with both enthusiasm and a healthy dose of caution.
I couldn't agree more.
Right. It's not about blindly embracing every new technology, but about understanding its potential impact.
Yeah.
And using it responsibly.
For sure.
So let's shift gears a bit and circle back to that idea of the product manager role in the age of AI.
Okay.
Remy Mike emphasizes that even with these powerful tools, it's still crucial to understand the fundamentals of web development.
Makes sense.
It's like, knowing the basic rules of the road before you start driving.
Yeah.
You don't need to be a mechanic to drive a car.
Right.
But understanding how the engine steering and brakes work makes you a safer and more confident driver.
Totally. That's a great analogy.
And he specifically talks about the importance of understanding the different parts of a website or web app. Remember, we talked about the client-side, server-side, and database earlier.
Yeah.
He argues that knowing how these pieces fit together helps you communicate more effectively with AI tools and troubleshoot any issues that might arise.
Right.
It empowers you to be more than just an order taker.
I like that.
You become a true collaborator with the AI, guiding it towards the desired outcome.
That makes a lot of sense.
And this ties back to his prediction.
Okay.
That design and distribution will become the most important skills in the future.
Interesting.
As building itself becomes easier and more accessible.
Okay.
So it's not just about knowing how to use AI tools.
Right.
It's about developing a strategic mindset.
Yeah.
Understanding user needs and being able to craft a compelling vision for your product.
It's about becoming the architect of your own digital creations.
And I think that's incredibly empowering.
I agree.
It means that anyone with a good idea and the willingness to learn can bring their vision to life.
Yeah.
Regardless of their technical background.
That's the beauty of this AI revolution. It's democratizing creation and opening up a world of possibilities.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with a question. What problem are you going to solve? What idea have you been putting off?
Yeah.
Because you thought it was too technically challenging.
Good question.
With AI as your ally.
Yeah.
The only limit is your imagination.
I love that.
Don't be afraid to experiment, to learn, and to push the boundaries of what's possible.
For sure.
The future of creation is in your hands.
Exciting times.
Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey.
It's been a pleasure.
And we'll see you next time.